All right. Well, guys, welcome back in some sort here, I guess. Um, this video is going to be kind of going over just some basics today, talking about some upcoming expectations and changes. I'm going to be sending this in with an email to you guys, and I will also, as of now, I'm going to actually be setting up live sessions next week at the time we would have met for each class at the same time as class to be able to set up a Zoom conference and answer live questions, share screens, and kind of help facilitate a lot of this change as we move into this environment. But some stuff I want to go through off the bat, and I'm going to be 100% honest in saying in all of these changes happening, this class was without a doubt my most difficult one to change because obviously being a studio photography class, you need the studio and the equipment generally. Not all of you have that. So with that being said, stuff we've done up to this point, we're going to talk about how you're going to be submitting that, and I'll be sending, there'll be videos online. We will be moving forward mostly in a Blackboard model and asynchronous, meaning that you'll have usually a week to complete stuff and get it in. Just make sure you are paying attention to deadlines. The only thing that is going to be synchronous is this first meeting right now. For those that can make it, I highly encourage you to log in to Zoom. I'm going to send that in this email to check out at this time. And that's going to be an easy way to talk together, answer questions that I'm sure you're not alone in, go through a lot of this setup and how it's going to work. So make sure to check that out ahead of time as well. But most of it, when you go into Blackboard, and again, there'll be all sorts of resources for getting to Blackboard, but you go right to the college website to get to Blackboard, which is where online hosts. Easiest thing to do is go to courses. In courses, you are going to see studio photography, which will bring you into this class. Okay. As of right now, there's not much in here, but I will tell you that I personally am going to be pretty much only using this contents folder. Okay, so when you go into contents, I'll be setting up weekly modules and video lessons as far as explaining what we're going to do. Now, with that being said, the stuff up to this point, okay, I want to talk through that quickly. So, obviously, as of now, the only thing you've turned in to be finalized was your headshots, your one light 5 ways we would have been critiquing last Monday had we been there. So my assumption is that you guys have shot that. If some of you haven't shot or had stuff to redo, unfortunately at this point we're going to move forward with what you have. That's the best option I have to give you. So I'm going to be going through, and that's going to be one of the first things, is submitting that in and having an online critique forum on those to an extent, as far as getting that work in and being able to see what your classmates did. The group project, I'm pretty certain everybody had the opportunity at the very least to photograph that in class, if not outside of class. And again, we will be moving forward with what you have. I do not by any means want you going out and trying to photograph a group of 5 people or more at this point. With social distancing happening, I don't want to put anybody in that risk. So give me what you have. If you don't have anything, then talk to me, and that's something we need to solve. But I believe everybody has at least made the group images in class, if not had time to get out and do that on their own. Okay, as we move forward, to give a general idea of what I'm kind of thinking, and I've been back and forth for every day on this class and what to do, but at this point, while I would love to give limited access to the studio, it's only a matter of days most likely until we're told we can't do that, and we need to plan for that inevitable future. So I am looking at putting this class pretty much fully online at this point until we hear or unless we hear otherwise. With that being said, it's going to be a lot of video lessons, which aren't going to be much different than what I would have been doing in class. Okay, the difference is going to be kind of what you need to do in my expectations. So with the different video demos, I'll be talking, for example, we're going to have product photography coming up, food photography, and creative lighting all coming up, as well as your presentations, which we will be talking all about how that's going to work. So with that, expectations change a little bit, and this is something I want to be very open and honest with you guys. What I'm going to be looking for out of that, while I'm going to show you the way that it would be ideally done in a studio, most of you don't have that equipment, and I know that. Most of you don't have, say, a 5-course meal, in front of you, and I know that. So if we do, for example, a lesson in food photography and talk about the ways that you would do it in a studio and with lighting, there might be a little quiz or something that components that, but you will still be expected to get out and work in some form or another. And again, I'm going to be more lenient, and it's going to take you to be more creative and do some research. So you don't have lighting, that's okay. Use what's in your house, use a window, use the ramen noodles if you have to, whatever it is, to still be able to show me that you've done something. Okay, and that's the biggest goal, is going to be really me looking at how much effort you are putting into what you are doing to trying to get that. If we open back up, things may change. The studio will open if that's the case, and you'll be able to get in and work with it. If you don't, you're still learning based off the content. You're going to be physically applying it in some form or another. And once this passes and you are able to get back in and working and continuing other photo classes, you still have the opportunity to keep building that up portfolio-wise. Same is true, I know a lot of you in this class have been in there working regularly, and while certain photos you took may not have hit a project, at this point, absolutely those still end up in a final portfolio, and we're going to talk all about that and go through answering of questions you might have there as well. So again, I will be holding that meeting on Monday. I'll be sending that email, but at this point, come to Blackboard, check out content, and again, what it's going to look like, you'll have weekly learning modules, basically, so you'll see folders. Let me pull a class that I have some in already, just so you can see what it looks like. But you will have, let's see, this has something there, I know. Actually, hang on, I'm going to switch it up. So you will have, as you go into course content, weekly module folders that you start to click into, and here, I'll even go into student view so you can kind of get a feel for this. So when you go into a given week and whatever that might be, you'll go in normally and you're going to see something that looks like this, and it'll usually give some sort of instructions, and then you make sure you're looking at everything in this module. So there's 6 different things that are all pages with video links. Now, an important thing to know with the video links, okay, don't click and watch them here. That's tiny and useless. If you click the white text right here, it's going to jump you, and I set these up always to do that, into YouTube in a separate page where you can go full screen and see what I'm doing and control it more. I highly encourage you to do exactly that so that you have the opportunity to actually work with some of this content. Okay. No, didn't mean to do that. Hang on. Too many buttons. But that should make things a little bit easier as well to be able to do that. So again, I'm sure you guys have tons of questions. You can email me by all means. I am living on the computers right now in between recording demos and other things. But at the same time, like I said, bring those questions Monday. I really encourage you, check out Zoom. It's a great resource. Zoom is free to you guys, so you'll have the link to go right into my meeting. You do not need to pay for anything. It's free to download. And with that, you're able to use a landline, a computer, a cell phone, anything. If you have something with video, that's great because you can turn that on. And the nice thing is I can share screens, you can share screens, you can record right into it. So if you have a question, I can pull up software and show you right on the spot. You're going to see it live. You can record it off there. It's a great software and it's pretty user friendly. So keep an eye out for that to come. Let me know if you have questions in between now and then, and we will do everything we can to keep moving forward here. All right. Talk to you guys soon. Bye.